Okay, our topic is myths and legends. The myths and legends in Colombia are narratives that have been orally transmitted through generations, enriched by the country's cultural diversity. In this case, we have five characteristics about the myths and legends in Colombia. The first is cultural diversity. The cultural diversity in Colombia boasts a rich variety of ethnic groups. Yes, our country has a lot of ethnic groups and cultures, and reflect in the diversity of the myths and legends. The second is mythical nature. Many of these narratives are related to nature, natural phenomenon, and the explanation of inexplicable events. The third, we have oral transmission. Most myths and legends are passed down orally from generation to generation. As you know, for example, when we are young, when we are a child, our grandparents or other people of our family um, tell us about myths and legends in, for example, if they live, for example, in Boyacá, Chocó, and other places in our country, they tell us about the myths and legends, allowing for their preservation and adaptation over time. The fourth is supernatural elements. They include supernatural beings such as gods, spirits, monsters, um, fantastical creatures. And fact, we have a cultural function. This narratives serve important functions within communities, such as teaching values, explaining the origin of the word or cultural elements, and strengthening in cultural identity. In my case, for example, when I was young, when I was a little child, when my grandfather told me about, for example, La Llorona, when we went to Boyacá or other places I can remember now. He told me about the story because my cousins and me, we are very curious. So he thought that if we don't think about for example, in that case, in that place, we live near a river. So he was afraid about us. So he told us the story, for example, La Llorona. And he said, for example, you can move of here, this place, I don't know, until 7 or 6, because the Llorona comes and I don't know, she could be a monster, or she could be try to fight with you, something like that. And so that was the context. No, okay. We have an activity. So our activity is about we have 4 pictures. Yes, each picture is about a myth or legend. So the activity is guess what is the name of the myth or legend and where. Where is the place? The origin of the myth and legend. As you know, each myth and legend has um each one has a context and has a origin, a place, exactly place. Okay, in our first picture, we have La Molona. La Molona is from Andina region, and it could be named like Colmillona too. And it's a girl, a woman, with long hair and big eyes, and her mouth is big, big, is huge. And the story told that she persecutes the unfaithful man to um she looks attractive to this kind of man, but in the real life she transformed herself to La Muelona and persecute the unfaithful man. The second is La Pata Sola. Is a woman without one leg. She walks with one leg. And the story tell us that a long time ago there was a woman, the man comes to arrive to the house. He um he um he persecuted the woman because he found her with other men. And finally the man cut the her leg, and he take her his kids. They has they have three kids, three children. And finally the man burned the house, and he takes the children. This is the story. The Patasola is a story in the Andina region, and in some places that she cry, scream aloud, looking for her children. Um, we have tomorrow. We have here um, eh, el jinete sin cabeza. El jinete sin cabeza is from Cundinamarca, Boyacá, or is called El Sombrerón. It's a man ride in a black horse, and he is always wearing black clothes, and his hat is big and is black too. The people said that the horse has red eyes, and the man too. Um, the people said that the sombreron persecute the bad people. Okay, the last we have La Llorona. La Llorona is from Tolima Grande. It's a very popular myth. Um, it known in different regions and departments in our country. Yes, and in other parts of the world. Most of that in Latin America. Mm, the story tell us that La Llorona, she was a woman, and she killed her own son. So the story tells that she is crying and screaming aloud in the darkness night, or the darkness date in the night, and she's looking for her son. Yes, that's the story. about La Llorona. So, as you know, if you can notice, the importance of myths and legends in Colombia lies in their being a fundamental part of the country's cultural heritage. Yes, reflecting the worldview and history of its diverse peoples. Additionally, they contribute to cultural identity and a sense of belonging within communities. Yes, with these kind of stories, we can have a big sense of belonging with our communities, as well as to the preservation of ancestral traditions and knowledge. This is the most important part, for me. Thank you.